Hey, so I got some questions on how to do something like this. If you're just starting off on guitar, maybe, or you haven't really done any jazz before. So yeah, I thought I would go through it, kind of show you how to do it. It's really not too complicated, and this is a great song to start with because all of the chords are diatonic, so there's no key changes or anything, and the melody is all pentatonic, so it really fits into a shape that you already know, which is the pentatonic scale. Um, so the first step is that you have to learn all the different parts by themselves. So you have to learn the melody and the chords and soloing by itself before you try to put them together. So open up the link that I put in the description of this video and go there. There's a good chord chart. We're going to do the song in the key of A, which is a good key on guitar, and it's an A on the chart there. There's also some really nice seventh voicings if you're ready to move past the kind of just open position triads, or maybe you just know the like power chords or whatever. It has some really nice seventh voicings that you can start using. And then it also has a backing track on the bottom that you can use too to practice soloing with or practice playing the melody and whatnot. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through the melody by itself. I'm going to play it down here because that'll work better into a chord medley that I'm going to show you guys in a little bit, a more simple version. So I'm going to put on the backing track and I'm going to play through the melody and just listen along and play along, and then play along with the backing track by yourself without me until you have the melody down and that you're comfortable. Alright, so yeah, here we go. So yeah, that's the melody. Rewind that and listen to it and play it along as much as you need to until you're really ready to comfortably play that by yourself with the backing track. And then next, I'm going to go over the chords. So if you're ready to look at the voicings that they have there, like that's totally great. I used a bunch of them in the arrangement that I did, and they're all really good voicings. If you're not, then you can also play all of the same chords down here. And instead of playing all these like crazy seventh chords, you just have to play like A minor, E major, A minor, A major. So take away all the seventh and the qualities and whatnot, and just play the triads. So I'm going to run through the chords once, just real simple kind of open shapes that everybody should know down here. And I'm going to call out the chords as I go, so that you can just see how they go as we go along. So start off with A minor, and I'll count us in. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. E major, A minor, A major. So to D minor, B minor 7 flat 5. To E major, A minor, E major, A minor, D minor, G, C major, F, B, E, A minor, and then E. So like, you should practice just strumming them through until you're really comfortable with that. Then you can start messing around with rhythms and different things like that. What I did on my arrangement, it was kind of like a Latin beat, so like. It's really simple. It's just a little bit of alternating. Really just practice that with just one chord until you're really comfortable. And then you can start going through the chords and do the different rhythms, like. Right, nothing too complicated there. It's all just open position. This is why the key of A is really nice, because you can just go root 5 with open position. It's great. So yeah, that's the kind of more simplified version of playing the chords. If you're ready to play the 7th voicings, they have a bunch of really nice voicings that you should practice going through. You can do the same rhythm thing. Yeah, so those are the chords, and that was the melody before. So now you kind of have to start seeing how the melody fits in with the chords. So I'm gonna show you down here, and then I'll also show you how I did my arrangement. But I'm gonna start off down here in case you're not really comfortable just doing all these bar chords and crazy things. So I'm gonna show you how the melody fits in really easily with the chords. Actually, the first part of the melody is right. We just went over that, and then the first chord's A minor, which is right here. And you'll see that you don't even have to do anything. The notes are just part of A minor, so you just have to do sorry. Right, so that's it. That's all you have to do. And then the next chord is E major, and the next part of the melody is. So you have to play those notes while you're also playing E major. So. Right? And then the next part of the melody is, and then the chords are A minor to D minor. So you just do, right? So this was the A minor that you already know, and then D minor. And then the next part of the melody is, so that's part of D minor. And then the chord after D minor is B minor 7 flat 5. So this is a nice voicing for that. And then E major. Right? So if I just go over that again. Right? I put in a little bit of rhythmic embellishment, but it's still the same thing. It's just that rhythm with the melody on top. So yeah, that's really that's all you have to do a song like this, is that you just take the chords and the melody. You have to make the melody fit under the chords, and this song is a great song because it really fits really easily, and there's really not too many difficult shapes. So for my thing, what I did up here, I use all of the 7th chords, so you kind of have to look at the voicings and be ready to play all of those by themselves before you're ready to play the melody on top of them too. So it's really just the same concept, it's just a bit more, there's a bit more notes going on. You have to make, I used B flat 7 here instead of E major. And then you just put the melody over it too. So, right? It's really just the same concept with these different chord shapes that are up on the chart there. So, yeah, you should try to see if you can fit them together with the different shapes that they give you and see how it goes. So yeah, and then I wanted to talk a little bit about soloing and some different ideas you can do. The great part about this song is that it's all in the same key, so you could just play one scale the entire song, and it'll sound good, it's definitely not bad at all to do that. So the first thing that you could do is obviously just pentatonic. Everyone loves pentatonic. A minor pentatonic. Great option, totally can use it. Blues scale, can totally use that too. Natural minor, that's a great one. a more like colorful option that you could use that is very, very jazzy, kind of will give you a bit more of a jazzy sound if you're trying to get into that, is Dorian, which is the same as natural minor, except you have a major 6 instead of a minor 6. It kind of sounds a little bit brighter or something like that than the natural minor. It's very jazzy, definitely. And then, so you can definitely just play any of those scales just all over the song, and it'll totally sound great. You know, like let me just play through once with the backing track, and I'm only gonna play minor or minor pentatonic for the first half, and then I'll play some Dorian for the second half, and I'll kind of call out some ideas as we're going. Right? Just blues scale, nothing too fancy. That was just minor, you know, literally no other notes. Right? Just minor blues, you know, the whole way through. So this time let's do some Dorian. So yeah, I'm gonna do another time through with some Dorian, and you can see how it sounds a little bit different. The other thing that you can also do that I'll kind of try to accentuate this time is natural minor, or sorry, harmonic minor, over any E7 chord. So anytime there's an E7 chord, you can play harmonic minor. And harmonic minor it's the same as natural minor, except you have a major 7. So instead of going, you go. So that'll sound really good over every E7. And this is kind of how you start getting into playing over changes and how you start kind of sounding a bit more jazzy over things, is that you have to accentuate certain chords with certain scales, and you kind of have to change them as you go, otherwise it kind of sounds really static and kind of boring. So what you should try doing eventually is that over let's say any of the chords that aren't E major, play some sort of minor pentatonic, minor Dorian, any of those kind of things. And then over any E7 chord, play harmonic minor. And I'm going to play that for you right now, and you'll see how it sounds. Kind of gives it a lot more of a jazzier, kind of rhythmic-y thing. So here we go. Here's one time through with that. Here comes E, so I'm going to play. So yeah, that's the kind of thing that you could do over that song. I mean, that's really what I did, and that's pretty much all there is to it. So practice that, and good luck.